Take a look who's coming down the track and make way for James. Hooray for James. Shiny, shiny paint with a jet black stripe. Make way for James. Hooray for James. Yeah, you guys remember that from last year in my Season 6 review and my TRR series. Yeah. So yes, James, of course, is the next engine that I'm going to be reviewing. Yep, here I am, with, of course, James the Red Engine. Yeah, I enjoy saying the full names of each of the characters. Alright, so, I am so glad, to get to James, even though he's not one of the best. But, of course, let's just get to the character opinion. Like I said with Gordon, James can be an immature and arrogant jerk at times, really thinking, that he's better than everyone, and also tries to discourage the small, weak, and old engines. Oh, do I even need to say it? Yeah. He just, discourages, and sometimes can be, doesn't really have any faith in, those smaller, old, or even weak engines like Edward, Thomas, Percy, and of course even Toby at times as well, because James and Toby are noted to have that rivalry, like in episodes like James in a Mess, Time for Trouble, and just recently James to the Rescue. And, now that I thought of it, in Season 18, I hope we do have an episode where we do see that James and Toby are still rivals. Yeah. Well, friendly rivals, though. Alright. Anyways, let's just get on with, the actual review on James. Yeah, oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention, that, of course, I do like him anyway. He is, of course, the red engine in the show. And red is a very popular color, obviously. It's one of the three main colors, along with blue and yellow. And, yeah, of course, I like the number 5. And, yeah, despite his arrogance, I really do like James. And, hell, I love it, of how much his vanity is always getting into a lot of trouble. Like, of course, with James and... Alright, you know what, I don't want to waste time, naming the episode, so let's just get on with the actual review and just... Alright. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that, guys, my mom was just down here and stuff. Alright, anyways, here we are first with James's tender. Yeah, because, this is a tender engine review. Alright, and... Of course, now, this is the same problem I have with Henry Gordon, but also, like Thomas, and of course even Percy, since the fact the three of them are Bachmann's first models, and really weren't that improved, except the shape of the TV show. James does have, a lot of flaws. But is it to say that the model is bad? No, it's not really a bad model, no. At least it's got the shape of James. And I love, the actual model that James is based off of in the show. What was it again? Oh crap. I think it was, Lancashire and Yorkshire 260 Mogul, I think it was. Yeah, that's what... Alright, so, anyways, let's just get on with this, okay? I know and I also remember I talked about the James model a couple of times 3 years ago. Alright, but let's not bring that up. Okay, yeah, so, of course, that, Bachmann really didn't know how far they would get. This is how they first made their models, and the wheel bins that are holding James's, wheels, and even James's wheels on his tender themselves are gray. And that is a real, disappointment there. And if that's not all, even this hook is gray too. Bummer. And another nitpick is, of course, this is the area, where, like I've shown with Edward, Henry, and Gordon, where, the fill cap would be, but we never see that in the show, especially on Edward. And this, of course, is a problem because it's black, and ever remember, in the show, this area on the back of James's tender being black? No, it never was. It was also red. So the question is, why did Bachmann paint this, black when it should be red? They did this with Edward. Oh well, alright. So, now that... Oh, and of course we even got this black area here. I mean, I like that they got the cockpit over here black where the fireman can shovel the coal into his firebox, but of course there's not really that much area for a cab and stuff. I mean, for the driver to stand on. Yeah. But let's just be honest. I mean, at least the shape is good. I mean, I do like that they got... Oh, yeah. I even like, that they got, the famous number 5 for James, yeah. I mean, the number 5 looks very good. I mean, though I do prefer, what season... Well, I mean, I heard what Kodak888 said when he made his large-scale replica of James. Sorry if I'm talking a little bubbly. That the number on James's tender has changed over the years, and I can understand. I mean, this is good. I mean, at least it's still number 5. However, I did forget to, mention something else that, the scratchable stripes, and that's a real pain. And this is why you see, his tender, and even, like the stripes on the locomotive itself, of why I, highlighted it with a black marker. But nonetheless, at least, the number 5 and, the rest of the shape on it is good. And once again, the coal load definitely looks nice. Alright, so enough of the tender. Now, here's the engine itself, where it's really, really flawed. And, of course, not one of their best models. But it's not to say that it's a bad model, though. I mean, if you guys hate it, go ahead, be my guest. But as for me, I like it. Alright, now, unlike, all the tender engines, since James is the first one they made, they didn't really, do that much detail on his cab. They just, thought they could paint this black to pass it off as an excuse for his firebox. And the portholes aren't really open over here, but they look nice. I mean, I don't know. Are they even stickers or anything? Or are they painted on? I really don't know. Again, more scratchable stripes. Real bummer. And, of course, another disappointment. Stupid thing. Alright. Is that... And there's even this hanging on his wheel. That, his wheels are gray. And if you didn't see, the early 2000s promo picture of Thomas, Percy, and James, or Annie and Clarabelle, or, the first 2 Troublesome Trucks, this is what they looked like in, the early 2000s promo picture. I mean, they even had the promo pics in the 90s, and they looked good. I mean, if they couldn't copy from there, why do they have to do it from that? Oh, well. I mean, just to think if Bachmann did make the Thomas models back in the 90s, I mean, they would definitely look good like that. Oh, well, you can't get what you want. Oh, something else is, when I got this James model, I took the screw out of, his front truck right over here in his... Yeah, but actually call it leading wheel, yeah. I took the spring, actually, yeah. Oops. Little speech problem there, sorry. Yeah, I took the spring right out of his leading wheel, just so that his turning radius could be good. But this could also be a problem, because sometimes on tight turns, and even when he goes too fast, on that crossing right over there at my station, he derails, only if he's going this way. And I really hate it when that happens. And I would put the spring... And you'd think I would put the spring back in, but I'm not going to do that, no. But what I should do is just not run him too fast. Because that is a real pain in the ass. It really is. Yeah, so the gray wheels are just a, a real disappointment, though. Especially the way this model can, derail at times. And even these stripes are scratchable. They're kind of fading out, though, but at least they're molded on nicely as well as his handrail. I mean, they're in the right colors. Got this little pick, this gold pick here as his safety valve and the rest of his shape. The boiler is molded on nicely, and now another flaw I have, which of course is on top of his cab roof, is that, of course, this is the whistle. It's in the right place. I'll give him credit for that. But the only problem is that it's too flat and not straight upward. Why didn't they do that? Like, did they think, that if any little kid was playing with this, that they would squish it by mistake and it would break off? You know what? Maybe that could happen. So, you know what? Joke's on me, I think. But I would prefer if, it was straight upward. Just, like, the way it was in the show, instead of this being, flat. And yeah, so we'll get to, other details. At least they got, the dome over here, and of course it's in the right color, yeah. That's another thing. Unlike, all the engines, James's steam dome is, in the right color. It's brass, and again, just like I mentioned with Thomas, the brass looks amazing. Of course, the biggest, downfall that the model has, and the reason why it's not really one of their best, is because this area, right under his smoke box is supposed to be black. Why the hell is it red? Well, that's because, they didn't know better at the time and based them off of the early 2000s promo pics. Yeah, and I'm going to try and find a way, myself to paint this, black and stuff. Alright, and of course we even got the buffers, and here's what I say. And because he was made at the same time Percy and Thomas were made in 2002, that he doesn't have a front coupling. That is a complaint for Thomas and Percy, but not for James, because I don't really see him shunt that much, even though he does hate shunting. I mean, at least, because I agree with what Samirsky said in his review on the Bachmann versus Hornby reviews on James, that it's a non-issue. Agreed. However, this hook again is, gray. Something else, James has a lamp, in the classic series he didn't, but it's fine here. I mean, to me it's okay. I mean, if I were to, someday I would take it off and replace it with a lamp iron. You got the brake pipe over here, and these ridges over there. This great piece over here, I don't know what that is. The buffers are right. I mean, the funnel is in the right size. Of course, then the last part is the face. I gotta be completely honest with you guys. Just giving it some thought. It isn't the right face, no. I don't really like it that much. If I did prefer any face, I would prefer, the season, 1 to 4 face, or even the season 5 face as well, where, he's just got a normal, like, plain smile. Oh, instead of this big, cheesy grin kind of smile. Especially with this stubby nose. Well, even though it may be the right nose. And it could have been right if they did the crow's feet on the side of his eyes, but I wouldn't prefer that face. No, I prefer, that plain old season 1 to 5 face. If you guys know what I'm talking about. They got the eyebrows painted on, and there's something I can do with my James model. Hold on. Yeah, the eyes can come out. No, I mean the face can come off, yeah, and here are the eyes, yeah. Just wanted to show, what I was able to do for my James model. I know Thomas and Percy's faces can come off, but I wasn't able to do that yet. Alright, so, I'm not really putting James properly on the tracks. Oh well. Anyways, let's just get on to, the strength and speed test, and then finish this. Okay, guys, let's just get James ready. Yeah, I'm being a little sloppy today. Yeah. Alright, so let's just get on with this. Okay, here's James, and here's how strong he is. Because he's, a Thomas model, he's not really powerful, but this is how far he can go. He can still pull 3 coaches. I was about to do trucks, but I decided just to, show his strength with the coaches. I mean, that's what that James in real life would want to pull. And yeah, he does, struggle when I get to a hill and stuff. And this is how far he'll go. But I'm not going to do the whole speed or strength test. I'll stop him here. And because, James is flawed and stuff, I will give him just a 7. Yeah, just a 7 out of 10. I mean, if he was the perfect James model, then definitely it would be a 10. But, oh well. I mean, there's always time to model him soon. So yeah, this is Mike D57S signing off, and I'll be here again later on with my review on engine number 6, Percy. Until then, adios.